What's up guys, welcome to another Texas Young Guns video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a hot rod. For those of you that don't know what a hot rod is, or how it came from the factory, it heated your water heater by propane only. Okay, so that means you either utilize your propane tank on board and would shoot a fire into your hot water heater, and that's what would keep your water hot for showers or for anything like that. So what a hot rod does is it gives you the opportunity to take out your anode rod, replace it with a element such like this, which just plugs into, and essentially you plug it in through a thermostat board into an electrical outlet. So long story short, it gives you the opportunity to heat the water in your tank via electricity rather than your propane, and it conserves your propane. Now guys, forgive me if I've already done some of it ahead of time. I had some maintenance I had to do on Stella, so a lot of this is already taken apart. Actually what happened was our old hot rod broke when trying to reinstall it, so here I am reinstalling a new one. But I went ahead and took all the old stuff out. That way we can act as if this is a brand new install, and I can show you how to do it. So you'll notice you may or may not have to do this on your RV, but I have taken apart the propane part of mine because there's dirt dauber's nest in it, so I'm cleaning that. I still plan on using the hot rod almost exclusively, but in case I do need propane, I would like for this to be working. That being said, I've already cleared nests that were in here, and essentially I'm ready to go, and this is out of my way. Thus the propane part is out of my way, and so I'll get started installing the hot rod. Now on your water heater, the first step that the hot rod guys want you to do is to either take out the anode rod, and basically what the anode rod does is it tries to collect the rust. Basically it's a sacrificial piece of metal. You'll want to take that out. You'll have a drain hole on your water heater. Now if your water heater is full of water, this is very messy, so make sure you're prepared to get wet, or at least dodge the water when you drain it. And it's normally located at the bottom of where your water heater would be. So your water heater is going to be behind your panel, and obviously your drain is going to be at the bottom because you're draining it. So you'll want to back out the anode rod and take it out. Now I can't show you that part because I had the old hot rod in there, and that's what I took out. But it's very obvious. You really can't screw it up. There's only one thing that is there that looks like it. It's going to be a big nut, or all you'll see is the back side of this, for example, and you'll want to back it out and take it out and drain your water heater. Now the probe they give you, the threads that are on it will most likely not be the right size, and that's perfectly okay. Why is that okay? Because they give you two adapters. So for suburban style, you use one of them, and for the Atwood, you use the other. Your RV should probably encompass one of those. If not, one of these might still work. Otherwise, you'll have to go to a local shop and see if you can get an adapter. But 99 times out of 100, one of these will probably fit your hot water heater. Now the instructions are very clear. You will need to install the adapter first before you install the rod. And before you do that, make sure you apply some Teflon. Now one tip I'm going to give you is, guys, be gentle with these brass fittings. This setup is not meant for you to gorilla these fittings in there. 1 or 2 turns will be more than enough. You just need it in there for it to not leak. If you over tighten it, you will snap these. Thus why I'm on my second one. Next step, once you have the adapter on there, is to attach your hot rod. And make sure you Teflon to this one as well. So after you've installed the hot rod, the next thing you need to do is hook up your RV to water line. And the reason why you want to do this is you want to go ahead and fill the tank and the water system. And you're going to be checking out the hot rod that you installed for leaks. You want to make sure that there's no water coming out. You want to give the system time to pressure up. That way there's pressure on the lines, the hot water tank is full, You want to make sure that the high pressure relief valve is not leaking as well, because sometimes those get old. They don't get moved around a lot, so the gaskets and stuff get old. Make sure that's not leaking. You also want to make sure that your hot rod's not leaking. That's the next step in this process is going to be to actually mount the board. Okay, don't get too overwhelmed by the wiring. It's actually pretty simple. I'll show you here in a second. But what you want to do is, this has double-sided tape, and there's a sensor on the back side of this to look for temperature. And they give you an alcohol prep pad to prepare the surface of your water heater. If your water heater previously did not have a hot rod, most likely it's fully covered by styrofoam or some kind of insulator. That way it is more efficient with keeping in the heat, and you'll have to remove that. Now if you have an Atwood, the instructions are very clear. Atwoods are more octagonal. They are round, but they do have sides, and you'll have to mount it kind of in the middle on the flat side, as low as you can go. The reason why you want it as low as you can go is so you have better recovery, but you don't want to do it on one of the angular sides. You want to do it on one of the flat sides that are vertical. And that's the first one I'm going to route through is the one that goes to the actual probe. The one end will look like this, one end will look like this, and you'll route it through the hole, most likely if you have an Atwood where the propane comes in. Let's go ahead and get that going. Next we're going to mount the one that goes to your outlet. So one end will look like an outlet, like this. The other end will look like just like the other cord, like this. And this one's a little different because we're going to have to run it over to the outlet. So for me, I'm going to have to run it through the corners, over on the bottom of the hot water heater faceplate, I'm going to call it, and then through the hole. So I'm going to take care of that now. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to loosen 2 screws on the actual panel, and you'll need a Phillips head bit for this, and it will be the 2 outer ones. So this guy here and the other outer screw. Now as long as you pass kindergarten, you should be able to do this. So you have different colors. So you have your green, you have your white, and then you have your blue. It's hard to see the blue, but it's in there underneath the red shrink wrap. And it's really matching colors, so blue to blue, green to green, white to white. So it's really hard to screw this up. You'll notice that 2 connectors have one type and one is the other. So the one that has the weird fork looking one will actually go onto the board. So that's how you know that's where that goes. This particular cord is the plug. So according to the handy dandy diagram, the one that goes to the power cord is going to be on the right side, so that's where we will connect it. Alright, so when you're done, it should look something like that. Now one of the, not the last step, but one of the final steps is really just tidying up your wires. And really just zip ties. It doesn't have to be any more scientific than that. Zip ties are your best friend. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to tidy up a little bit. And guys, that's really all there is to it, to installing the hot rod. Pretty simple install. I had some more maintenance issues just because my RV is, 20 years old. Actually, it is 20 years old. Dang, 99 to 2019. So I had to do some extra steps. But if your RV is in good shape and you have no issues, it's really as simple as that. The instructions say it shouldn't take you more than an hour or so. I would say that's probably true. Unless you just come across any major issues that you have to fix, there's really no reason why you couldn't do it in an hour or less. Well, I'm going to put this thing back together and we'll test it out, and I hope y'all enjoyed that. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'll do many more videos on this kind of thing, maintenance items, gear, electronics, hit that subscribe button for us, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.